Most native signers aren't deaf. Say what? Maybe it's a surprise, but the word native can be divided up into two groups of people. First, those who were born speaking or signing that language. And it's interesting though, because most of the deaf people you know belong in a second group. So you may be wondering, how does this even happen? Well, most people assume that deaf people have deaf children, and that's not really true. 90% of their children are hearing and only 10% are deaf. 10, that's it. Which means that 90% of their children who are born signing are hearing. And that group, native signers, or what's called heritage signers. Which means that sign languages are passed down through these hearing signers. It's cool because in the country of Finland, their community is called the signing community, not the deaf community. Why? Because Finland has recognized that CODAs are a strong, vital part of the community, and it's not like you can separate deaf and hearing. So are all children of deaf adults fluent signers? Now, keep in mind, CODA does not automatically mean a fluent signer. It's similar to many Mexican families here in the United States. Their children are born speaking Spanish, but then when school hits, they transfer over to English and pretty much only speak English. But for many CODAs in the United States, their innate language is signing. So remember at the beginning when I mentioned that the word native has two different definitions? First, it's those who were born signing, and that's some who are deaf but mostly hearing. And those who were born deaf but grew up with parents who were hearing and didn't sign. It's easy to assume that all deaf people are heritage signers. But the reality is that most deaf people, 90%, are born to parents who are hearing and don't know sign. So most deaf people you know are in this second group. They weren't born signing, but signing became their primary preferred language over time. So who else are in this second group? This second group, honestly, is huge because it includes other people such as those with these different conditions. All of these people struggle with physical, mental, or emotional limitations or challenges, but they have been blessed so much because of sign language. For example, those with psychogenic deafness. This means that your brain protects itself from abuse or trauma. It protects itself through the loss of hearing. And for them, when the trauma hits, their brain might immediately turn off both ears or just one ear. And sometimes that condition can last for many years where they're completely deaf. Another example are those with Apraxia of Speech, which means that they struggle with their throat and tongue muscles and the movement and being able to control those fine motor skills. But they're able to sign much easier. This is similar to those with Down syndrome or cerebral palsy because they might struggle with the fine motor skills, the mechanics of speaking. They are able to sign and communicate much easier. Trauma also causes another condition called selective mutism, and that's where someone can't speak because they don't feel safe, but they're able to sign. So again, all of these people in the second group use sign language and cherish sign language. So signers come in all shapes and sizes, from CODA to psychogenic deafness to Down syndrome to deaf. All use sign and cherish it. And I want to thank all of you who have been watching my videos. I really appreciate your support. So this YouTube channel's goal is not to rake in money, but my hope is to get information out there so that people can know and be more understanding and see the deaf perspective better. So if you support that goal, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.